So I've been changing strings and changing tunings and trying to do different things, try to feel out. I always, it's the most woo-woo thing I do is this because essentially what happens is if I try to force, I'm not any good at any of this stuff. So if I try to force anything, it just doesn't sound right and doesn't feel right. And then I just feel kind of like, ugh, I wasted my time doing this. Whereas if I just kind of go with the flow, it works a lot better. So riffs come and go, and I'll get an idea literally just pop in my head, and I think you hear a lot of woo-woo people say you just have to just go with the flow, and kind of let the ideas come to you. It's almost like they float down to you or float into you, and all of a sudden you have an idea. I won't argue if somebody says that. I'll go, yeah, that does happen. Because there are times where I don't have a riff or anything, and I feel like I got to put something out, and it's like, no, you don't. It's okay. Especially for like looped up videos, what I've been working on a lot lately. I'm doing, it's basically TikTok, but without all the ads. It's not fully realized yet, but it's getting there. So I'll make stuff for that, and then I'll still put stuff on TikTok because TikTok hasn't completely died yet. So I'm putting on Diodario's. These are 12 to 52. This is my Schecter C1 Hellraiser. I plan on taking, putting these strings on, these thicker gauge strings, and doing drop C, I believe is what it is. Drop C is C sharp, but then the low E matches the low E matches the D string, but you're tuned a step and a half down. So I think that's what that's called. It sounds pretty good. I got it on my EC1000 already. So I just wanted to have two different guitars with that tuning. So when I make a riff with it, it'll really sound. I double track everything I do. At least sometimes I triple or quadruple track, especially if it's like a full song. I'll usually at least triple track, probably quadruple track it, and depending on how many parts are in it and whatnot. So get these out of the way. This does not take that long, and I realize if I don't talk, it goes even faster. But then I guess I could just do a time lapse. And oops, I forgot I was going to do a time lapse. I was like, there's something that I needed to do, but I couldn't put my finger on it. So yeah, this will be tuned down to C, drop C. I wrote a couple of things already, and then I have another couple of ideas. And then I was playing around with lower tuning, so I have my seventh string. I started with a drum piece, and then I just wrote a riff around it, which I thought was fun. I haven't done that in a while, I don't think. So I'll just pull up Logic and pull up my drum application, my drum, what do I use? Get Good Drums. And I have like an idea in my head, so I just write it out on the drums, and it came out okay. I put it on TikTok, and I got some likes on it. I put it on Loop Stuff Video, and I think it got like 6 or 8 likes, which for there is a lot because there's not as many people there yet. Being in a federated place like Mastodon and just the Fediverse in general is the way to go, because all of these other companies are really putting the screws to people for innocuous things and for jokes. And everybody complained about you can't say jokes anymore, but then when you make a joke that people don't like, that certain people don't like, all of a sudden it's a bad thing and it's terrible. And You get away from that on the Fediverse for the most part. So these are all color coded. Okay, so these are my lows, middle ones, and then my high E is silver, and my A, or my B is purple. So this goes pretty quick. I've been wanting to do this, and then I just hadn't had time. So I literally today, when I'm recording this is going to come out in a couple of weeks, probably on one of the weekends. If you're watching this, if you got this far, hi Mom, because I don't doubt anybody watches this far. I have all my videos going out. I'm doing 4 videos a day during on Monday through Friday during the month of December, because why not? I'm just shooting for the moon now. I'd love to be able to have this be have just more people watch. I think I'm in a position now where I'm not worried about if more people watch anymore. I guess it's just more confidence in how I'm putting things out, and in the amount I put out. It's this way. The amount of negative comments isn't a lot lately, which is almost like anytime I put out a video, like on TikTok especially, I'll get a notification, you have a new comment. I'm like, I get tight. I'm like, oh, let me just, and I always think, okay, let's jump in and take your lick and move on. But in the last, almost, I think this entire year, maybe there was a negative one here or there, on TikTok at least. On YouTube, everybody just likes to take a swing at you for whatever reason. So, and when you leave you try to leave a nasty gram or something on my YouTube, I'll just ignore it. There's a huge chance that I'll actually read it, but if it's something that I don't like, I just ignore it. So you're just wasting your time if you want to tell me something stupid. You're just wasting your time, because I'm not going to allow you to waste my time. Green's next, and that's the key to all this. People go, I'm so tired of blah, blah, blah. You can't let these other people rule you. I see people that are like real musicians, that are really good at their craft, that make music that's like really enjoyable and interesting, and people still go, you suck. So I'm not comparing myself to any of those good musicians. I'm not a musician, but I know that everybody gets told they suck. So I'm just gonna ignore it, because it's just, I have too many other things going on that you're not gonna steal my joy. I'll tell you that much. I'm not gonna allow you to take anything from me. If it sucks or whatever, that's fine. But I'll guarantee you, you'll never be as mean as I am to myself. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. If you think I'm going to say something mean to him and blah, 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 you'll never match what I can say to myself. So, good luck with that. Actually, not good luck with that. I'll just ignore you, and I'll try to, I can just delete your comment, but I don't even like deleting comments, because then that just looks like, it looks worse to just delete it typically. There have been recently, like in the last year, I have deleted one comment because the guy was just trying to, I don't know what he was trying to do. And notice how I say guy in that case. I don't use like any sort of ambiguous pronoun. You know it's a guy leaving a comment, a negative comment on somebody's YouTube video. You know it's a guy. I'll never get a comment from a random woman. I never have, and I probably never will. Just like my sister will leave a comment, my mom has left comments before, but that's it. You'll never be a woman leaving a negative comment, or a comment in general. Typically, I can't remember the last time I got a comment from what someone appears who's female presenting. Let's just put it that way. Never happens. Hi sis, how are you? That's the only person that would comment. That's a female. That's it. So anytime I get a negative comment or a comment that's like kind of that's trying to be whatever, you can instantly tell it's a guy. So we are just over 10 minutes, and then I blah 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 for a little bit of it before I started, I think, right? I can't even remember. But I'm almost done putting the strings on. Tuning is another beast, but I never subject you to me tuning it. I did for the one video for my new blue guitar, which at first I didn't. I was like, oh man, I think it's not as. I don't think it kind of sucks. But once I got it in tune and put good strings on it, it sounds okay. It's not my best sounding guitar, but it doesn't suck, which is nice. All right. Perfectly in tune every single time.